Hello again, I'm Robert Rizzuto with The Republican, here with Executive Editor Wayne Phaneuf and International Political Consultant Tony Cignoli. We're discussing the 2016 Super Tuesday primaries here and all the action we're seeing coast to coast. Where do you want to start on this note?
Well, I think we should start with, Trump's sweeping victories, and he's got the momentum. And then where does that leave Cruz and Rubio? Cruz did win at least 2 states tonight, his own in neighboring Oklahoma. But what happened after that was, a vicious attack by both Rubio and Cruz on Trump, and Cruz also calling for Rubio to step down because he's never won a race, and unify the party against the evil empire of Donald Trump.
Strange times indeed.
Without a doubt. What we were calling the anomaly of Donald Trump just back in August and September has become the phenomenon, and now is this democracy. That's one of the things we've got to say. Whether you like him, don't like him, as much as the Republican establishment is screaming bloody murder about this right now, in these states, lots of people have shown up to vote. And they're not just all new folks or independents or enrolls. A lot of these folks are the Republican base. What if, by some chance, this continues for Donald Trump, he gets to convention, and the Republican establishment tries to deny him? We keep hearing about, some kind of a convention attack on Trump or something to try to deny him. Can you imagine the anger of all those people in the Republican base? What does that then mean for the Republican Party?
It's kind of a no-win situation.
It is, yeah. This is not good for the Republicans overall, at least not for the Republican establishment. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting when Ted Cruz was talking about Trump in the country in general, and he invoked FDR and JFK,
yeah.
2 incredible, long-standing Democrats, and didn't invoke any Republicans, even Reagan.
As I'm looking at the way things are shaping up right now, and you have the establishment versus if you're going to call him the outsider, with Trump and the traditional GOP base, it's like what we saw in 2012 but amplified. I remember being on the convention floor down in Tampa for the Republican convention, and it was supposed to be your nomination of Romney. It was set, and the Ron Paul group rose up, and they protested on the floor, and it was the activists from Massachusetts that really were kind of the standouts, because they kind of led this charge that they wanted Ron Paul, and they went with this whole thing, and it looked really bad, and it kind of highlighted what we've discussed for the past several years about the schism in the Republican Party. And right now it's kind of at that point where it's make or break.
Over the last 2 days, I've had a chance to talk to both Rubio and Cruz's senior advisors on a radio show that I'm involved with out in Boston. And we asked the question, just now, you're really starting to fire on him, just really starting now to double down on Trump, especially Rubio. Why so late? Do you wish you had done this a month ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago? And both said the exact same thing. Yeah, we may be a little too late. Maybe we needed to cut this off and try to fight fire with fire 3 months ago, 2 months ago. And now what do we see? The Republican establishment in the embodiment of the House Speaker, Bryan, and the Senate Majority Leader, coming out, McConnell, finally, to try to score Trump on the KKK controversy. And talk about late on their part in this instance too. So it's almost, it's so amazing that it took them this long to say, holy smokes, this guy's for real. This thing is for real. These folks that are coming out to support him are for real. Late dollar short, perhaps, maybe. But we'll see.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for joining us, and stick with MassLive.com and The Republican for all your political news this election season.